What's up, YouTube? How is everyone? I hope good. I am here with a two-pile reading. It is out of my Sunny D tarot deck that I created, obviously. That's why it's called Sunny D. Come and lay down, Puddles. If you hear banging, there's a guy working next door. And my dog, she's kind of hanging out with me, so she's kind of a handful sometimes. So take your choice, pile 1 or pile 2, and we'll get started. Lay down. Come lay down. Puddles. Come lay down. She's itchy. I gotta get her some medicine. Okay, so pile 1, we'll get started. The first card that you received is tell someone that you love them, as that person needs to hear it at this moment in time. So take time out today and just make sure that you tell someone that you love them. They really appreciate it. Some people don't hear that enough, and they just really need to hear it. Everybody needs to hear that daily, you would hope. Your next card is never be ashamed of who you are, even when society makes you feel that you don't fit into the norms it has set. As who the fuck wants to fit into the norms anyways? That's my motto. So be unique, be yourself, dress the way you want, look the way you want, act the way you want. Please. I hate people that want to be like everybody else. I'm going to have to put you on pause real quick because my dog needs out. Sorry about that. She just wanted up on the bed. I have a little dachshund. She's old. She's 10, I believe. So she can't jump very high and stuff like that. So I have to baby her. Pile 1, your next card is love yourself first. I promise it is not selfish. Some people think that when you show yourself self-love or you try to boost your confidence on the way you look, or if you look good that day, if you take a picture of yourself and post it, people run their mouths about it, and don't listen to anybody besides yourself, because self-love is what we all need first, and then we can project that out into the world, and we can love others more and better. Your next card is karma is heading your way. Caution. So you've done something that has created karma in your life. We all get it. We need to be aware of the things that we're doing, projecting, treating other people. So just know that it is heading your way, and there's nothing you can do to avoid it besides at the very beginning and not do whatever you did to create it. So your next one is tell them how you feel as they are waiting on you. So if you are avoiding telling somebody how you feel about them, just tell them, because like your card says, they're waiting on you, and it will probably, if it's just even in a friendship, they want to hear it. They're waiting for you to, so then they can, tell you how they're feeling, and then you guys can go from there. So, and your last card, this is just a real short reading today, is embrace your uniqueness. So this is a huge message for you today. Uniqueness, as that is the way you were created to be. So God created us all differently, all to be our unique self, and you need to embrace that, because that was 2 cards that you received that pretty much gave you the same message. So you're going to, from today, starting now, embrace your uniqueness, be who the hell you want to be, and, own that shit. Do that. I love that. I think that's so attractive for men and women, for everybody. It makes you more attractive if you are not afraid to be yourself out in the world, and you're not worried about Joe Blow thinking that you're different or whatever, whatever. So do that. And then if you have been waiting to tell somebody how you feel, today is a great day to do it, because they're waiting to hear it from you. Okay, pile 1, that's what I have for you. I hope that it resonated. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I'm sending much love, kisses, and peace always. Oh, wait. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'm almost to 100. I haven't checked. I didn't come on yesterday because I was busy with other things, so I haven't checked to see if I've hit 100. But I hope I have. And if I haven't, I hope to by the end of the day. So thank you. Okay, pile 2, you're up. If you get rejected, instead of taking it personal, look at it as a blessing, as the universe has something better for you just around the corner. And no, we all have been rejected, a time or two in our life. If it's for a job, if it's, whatever situation you're in, just know it's normal. So don't take it so personal. What it is it's a lesson. We're supposed to, if it's a hard lesson, we're supposed to heal from it. and then move on. Because once we move on, then the universe will bring in something better, something that they think is a lot better than what you were trying to get or whom you're trying to get. So, and don't be afraid of rejection. Like I said, we all go through it, and it's just part of life. Loving yourself is far from selfish. It is so important to have healing relationships and healthier life and a healthier life. And that's what it brings. When you love yourself, it brings in, a lot better positive relationships, more loving, more giving, that type of stuff, because you know what you deserve. And when you love yourself, you treat other people better too. So that's a big thing. And then, it does create a healthier life for you and whomever is in your life to be around. So it's really important. Love yourself. And I believe that was in the first pile. Yeah, first pile. So that's the first one. Get out of the toxic relationship you are in. So if you're in a toxic relationship, that is, you might feel that is your soulmate. It could be your soulmate. But the thing is that we're not always supposed to be with a soulmate. It could be a karmic soulmate, and that's the one that you're supposed to learn the hard lessons from, even though it's hard to break free. You're supposed to leave that relationship to be able to take what you've learned into a new relationship, and it will be better. The universe will, if you release that toxic relationship, the universe will bring in that person that will be a lot better for you. So just know that. Even, it's hard, and we all go through it, and we all hate to have our heart broke, and we all hate to hurt other people, but it's not healthy. So if this resonates, please know that you're supposed to release this relationship. Even if your family and friends are like, again, who cares? It's all about, and I don't want to say it's all about you. I mean, if you have children and stuff, but children don't want to grow up in a toxic home. And that's what it creates when two people are together and you're toxic. That's the environment that you are, and the energy that you're producing out into the world. So your children are being exposed to this toxic relationship. Your friends, your family, your coworkers, everybody is. And nobody wants that. It's just negative energy that is unnecessary. So release it. And then also it says, if you do, you will be rewarded with someone better for you. So the universe will reward you, I promise. Take off the mask and allow others to see you for who you truly are. We're all guilty of wearing a mask a time or two in our life. Some people live their whole life wearing a mask. We all do it. I don't know how I really want to put it, because I know I've done it. I know I've done it like most of my life. I was hiding a lot of stuff because I just, there just was a lot in my life that I didn't want people to see because I was embarrassed, or I felt like I wasn't good enough for people, and I was so different than people, and people just didn't understand me, and so I just put on this mask, and I was so unhappy, and I felt like I was just like caged in, and I didn't have any freedom. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. And once I realized that, you know what, I'm not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. People aren't going to perceive me that way. People are going to judge me and talk about me and not like me, no matter what I do. So why, waste all that energy trying to be what everybody wants you to be, when you know what, you need to be what you want to be. You need to be who you want to be. People will accept you, they may not, but that's their loss. It's not yours. You're a wonderful person. God created you the way that you are, the way you're supposed to be, and that's the way you're supposed to be. If, I have a friend that is gay, and his family just does not accept it at all. I mean, whatsoever. And my heart breaks, because the thing is, we don't decide that we want to be that way. And honestly, what is wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with it. God, they say, well, that's not the way God planned it. You know what? We don't know that. Nobody knows that. I hate when people say, well, in the Bible, it says this. Well, you know what? In the Bible, how do you know it's right? In our religion, fuck your religion. I'm sorry. And no, nothing against God, but he knows how I am. So I'm not going to really sugarcoat it. I don't believe in religion, because I believe that they brainwash you to believe a certain thing that God doesn't want us to believe. We need to believe what we want to believe. We believe in ourselves. We love ourselves. We do, when we deal with the outside world, when we deal with anything, animals, anything, if you do it with unconditional love in your heart, that's what God wants. And God wants us to worship him, of course. But you can worship him anywhere. It says in the Bible that you're not supposed to go somewhere to have to worship him. So why is that different than anything else? I mean, why does all religions have to go gather together to be able to worship our higher above or whatever you believe in? You don't. You can worship him at any moment of your life, at any place. Like I would say, it's kind of not a very respectful type example, but you're sitting on the toilet. I mean, I'll be honest, I meditate on the toilet. I do all kinds of stuff on the toilet because I'm the type of person, I'm hyper. I've always been this way. ADHD, I'm like always thinking of the next thing I can do or create or what kind, hiking I can go on or what my daughter and I could go do for fun. I'm just always thinking. So when I sit on the toilet and, whatever, I meditate because sometimes I forget to do it and I really have to meditate because I'm such a, well, you know how I am. You all do. Anyways, moving on. Your next card is never allow fear to stop you from all of the dreams you and your imagination desire. You can do it. No matter what. If you want to, say, climb Mount Everest and you're like, oh, I've never done anything like that. I just don't know if I can do it. Bullshit. You know what? Get in shape. Go do it and just go for it. You make it halfway up. Hell, that's an accomplishment. I mean, you accomplished. You might not have made it to the top, but fuck, you made it halfway. That's awesome to me. You don't have to be number one. You don't have to go all the way to the top to make yourself feel good or be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself any step in life that you take because life is hard. And we're all witnessing right now how hard it is. We really, truly are. And we really, really, really need to really see ourselves. And even myself, I need to realize, how many steps I've come from where I used to be in my life. And I need to be proud of it. And I need to not think that I need to do more all the time and keep going. And, I got to prove this. And I don't have to prove shit. I don't even have to prove anything to myself. I just need to be me. I need to live and be happy and, have peace and people not screwing with me in my life. And just, I don't care what they're doing. I don't care if they're breaking the law. I don't care, what I mean? I just want them to leave me alone. I just want peace. I just want peace. And that's not too much to ask. If I want to go climb Mount Everest and I decide when I get there I can't do it, I'm proud that I even tried to do it, that I was even determined to go do it. You know what I mean? Don't ever second guess yourself. Don't ever put yourself down. Because no matter what we do in life, every step we take is an achievement. Getting out of bed sometimes is an achievement to some people. And we all need to realize that. We all need to stop thinking we need more. We need to do more. This person, we need to make this person happy. This person, my mom and dad don't approve of this, or they don't want me to be with the person I want to be with. Bullshit. Who cares? If they're that ignorant, then and if they're that against it and they don't want to be in your life, then they're not meant to be there. Period. Because you know what? God created you the way that you are. Embrace it. Don't worry about what the world says. Stop. Because I'll tell you, if you are you and you do what you want to do and you are good and you loving and you're not harming people, people will see you for who you are and they will adore you. They might not admit it. They might not come out and tell you, you know what, you inspire me. By you coming out of the closet or whatever your situation is, really inspired me to do it. And thank you so much because I wouldn't have probably done it if it wasn't for you. So I'm getting emotional. Oh, I'm always emotional anymore. So please, please embrace who you are. Know that you accomplish something every single day, even if you get out of bed and go sit on your fucking couch all day. You accomplished something, you got out of bed, right? Right. Okay, and your last card is don't fear rejection, as rejection is part of life and... No, this is right. And I had that one before, and I'm like, well, did I grab the same card? And it might have been. I might have accidentally mixed it up, but it must be a message for you anyways. Don't fear rejection, as rejection is part of life and is warming you up for the opportunities that you are meant to have. Excuse me. So we're all rejected. We've all been rejected by the person that we wanted to date, that we thought that we, I mean, it sucks. Or people do really shitty things to you, and then in the meantime, they're rejecting you in a certain way. Just know that when you are rejected, it's because the universe, the higher above, or whatever you believe, knows that there's something or somebody better for you. There is always something that is going to come into your life. If it might break your heart. It might, you don't get the job and you're like, God damn, this is the job, the one job I wanted my whole entire life, and I didn't get it. I'm just I'm a freaking loser, and, I let myself down. No, you didn't. Because you know why you didn't get that job? Because there's another job that's going to come in that is way better. And you will be more happier at this job than you thought that you would be at the other one. So please, just know, and just from a lots of experience, just please know that being rejected isn't a bad thing. It makes you a stronger person. It teaches you who you are. It gives you the strength and the courage to keep going and to keep fighting for what you want. Life life can be really good, and then it can be really bad. But it's only as bad as what we make it. And that's, and I need to listen to my own self-talk, because there's days like yesterday, I literally just want to give up. I am just so beat down, and I'm just so heartbroken over my situation in my life. And, and I feel like at times I don't have anyone to tell me it's going to be okay, to give me a hug and, encourage me. But I do. I have myself, and, and I have my guides and my angels and the higher above, God, and just everything that is there, even though at times I can't see them, or I can't feel them, or I get my mindset so like down and just like nobody's here, and feeling sorry for myself, and just just in one of those poor me moods, which, what, fuck it, we all have those moods, and we're all allowed to have those moods. It doesn't make you like a whiner, or you're not strong enough to conquer anything, because I've conquered a lot in my life, and there's days I'm just tired. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I want to be able to go outside and not have to look around to see who the hell's watching me, or to make sure that nothing's bad's going to happen to me. I want to leave my windows open at night because it's fucking hot, but I'm too afraid to, because I'm afraid somebody's going to come in my window. Just stuff like that. It's and it does get to you. It gets to you emotionally and physically. It beats you down, and you just get exhausted, and it fucks with your relationships with your other, with your children, and if you have a spouse, your spouse, and it just kind of overtakes you. We all need to learn to just kind of like meditate, and when you are having a moment like that, just spend the day meditating. Go sit in the park, go for a walk, go on a hike, and you watch all the beautiful wildlife, and you watch for signs from spirit, and because they're always giving us the signs. They're always encouraging us. They're never, ever, no matter what you do, no matter what is going on in your life, they're always encouraging us. They're always telling you it's going to be okay. No matter how bad the situation is, it's going to be okay. Because as long as you have faith, as long as you have love in your heart, and you know that you're doing everything in your power to just get through it, and, it's going to work out. Even if, let's say, if you have to do bad things to get to where you're going, sometimes people have to. They don't have a choice. They have to do it to get the answers, maybe. You never know what they're looking for, or if they have to do it because they don't have, literally no other choice. Just know that, speak about it. Open up to, whomever you worship, or whoever you believe in. And they forgive you. They will encourage you. They will tell you. They'll bring you something to help you get through whatever situation you're in. I never used to believe in that. I remember after just after something happened in my life, and I was just like, I literally was like, there is no God. Because if there was a God, I would not be going through this again. I would not be going through people being so mean to me, and I just didn't understand. I couldn't understand. My heart was literally ripped out of my chest. I felt like I was just gonna die of a broken heart, and then everybody like around me was just so mean to me and just hateful. And I remember I was like, there just can't be a God. And when I said that, you know what? That's when my life really took it went from being living in the light to complete darkness. And that is true. And I mean, I've done lots of drugs throughout my whole life. I've drank, like I really had a drinking problem, and I used to have a lot of fun. I was wild as shit, and it was fun, but it was irresponsible. But then it got to the point where it just made me just angry and so mean, and I just wanted to, every time I drank, I just wanted to beat the shit out of somebody. Well, that's not the way we're supposed to deal with stuff. I don't ever want to hurt anybody, you know what I mean? I don't. I mean, I don't have any problems with if I have to protect myself, okay. But I don't want to be that person that everybody avoids because I'm an asshole, or because I'm so angry at myself or at what's gone on in my life that I project it out into the world, because that's not right. And then, I mean, it's easy for all of us to use substances to cover up the pain, because it does help. I don't care what anybody says. No matter what you're going through, if you're in pain, it does help. And that's at that time in your life, that's where you're meant to be. I mean, I do believe in that. I believe we learn from everything. Some of us learn quicker, some of us don't learn at all, or don't want to learn. I look at alcoholics, that's their choice. Who am I to judge them and their choices? I'm no one. Just because I'm not like that doesn't mean I have any right to talk about somebody because they have a drinking problem, or somebody that's a drug addict because well, I'm not gonna say they need it, but that's what makes them feel good to get through life. Life is hard. It's easy for people to say, well, I've been sober for 45 days. Well, you know what? To me, I've been sober too. I mean, but I never counted the days. You know why? Because that would make me want to think about it more. And when I thought about it, I wanted to do it. Like I'd quit doing one thing and I'd replace it with another. So be honest, people. Instead of, projecting or being a hypocrite to all these people that have addictions, and because we all have them in every way you can imagine. If it's not alcohol, drugs, it's sex, it's gambling, it's some people steal, some people eat, some people are mean, I mean, just all kinds of shit. We all have addictions. Why not talk about them? Why not be honest about them? What are you ashamed of? You should be ashamed of shit. Some are illegal, some are not. Well, what do? You're addicted to something that's illegal. Well, instead of throwing people in prison, why aren't we creating, programs that will actually help these people, that will teach them not to have to wear these masks to live in this world? No, instead we throw them in prison thinking, well, they were a drug dealer, and so I'm going to lock them up for 20 years, and when they come out, they'll be all right because they sobered up for 20 years. They come out the same fucking way they went in. Their mindset, they haven't grown at all. We haven't taught them anything. We haven't done anything to help them. We locked them up like a fucking animal, and I hate to even say that because I don't even believe in locking animals up. I mean, everything that we're doing in life is not working. Every step that we take, every person that we lock up, every person that we gossip about and put down, and you make fun of, or and are you're so mean to that you beat them down till they go commit suicide, or whatever the circumstances are these days, it's not working. We need more love. We need more understanding. We need to stop judging people, because you know what? The people that are judging others are more fucked up than the person that they're judging. And that's what pisses me off. People that think they're better than everybody, they're high class. Oh, I got a job. I'm a doctor. Well, that fucking doctor's at the bar too, or he's cheating on his wife, or he's a drug addict. I mean, nobody's better than anybody here. You could be rich, you could be poor, you could be homeless. I mean, you could be, whoever you are. Our mindsets are all the same. We all feel pain. We all project that pain out. We need to feel love. We need to feel love towards each other. We need to not judge and hurt other people. We need to not have our family members deceiving us to cover up their fucking, what they're doing illegally, but they project it on one person in the family, so that person takes the downfall for everything. Own up to your shit. You do something wrong, own up to it. Tell other people, because we learn from other people's mistakes. We learn that, I'm not such a bad person. because that person that I thought was just perfect, I don't know why people think that about anybody, has done the same thing, you know, or whatever the situation is. It's time for us to make a difference in this world. Before my, you know, like if I would have ever known like really how life was and what really goes on, I probably would have never had children, because I'm like, holy cow, my daughter's been through so much. She's 15 years old, and I mean, she's been through more than most adults. And the thing is because of that, and because I'm different or whatever, or people have heard bad things about me, then people project that on her and they're mean to her. Or she's not like a size 5, you know, she's a bigger, you know, girl. She's beautiful. You know what? We're not supposed to be all the same. You know, there's beautiful women of all sizes, and men, honestly, they don't really care. I mean, they do maybe in a certain, you know, but typically not. You should be getting to know the person from the inside out. You could be the most beautiful person in the world and be the most ugliest person on the inside. You know, and this is what we need to be projecting out in the world. We need to have love and compassion and patience, and, you know, we need to make this world shine and light and take all the darkness and get rid of it. I know I'm like lecturing today. I have just, like, my emotions have been so off the wall. I'm an empath, and I mean, it's strong. It is really hard for me to be like around a ton of people. It really just exhausts me, but it exhausts me because people are so fucking rude. They have no compassion. They have no love. Well, and they say, well, that's because that's the way Joe Blow treated me. The world won't change if we don't change it. We are responsible for how we treat other people. We can't be responsible for everybody to treat us the same way. But you know what? If you set a good example, then that person will follow. I promise. So, my last word of the day is please be good to yourself. Have self-love, self-respect. Once you do that, you will be able to project that out to the world. You can show people love. You can show them compassion. Somebody's on the street corner with a sign. The other day I drove by because I didn't have any money. And my daughter's like, well, I have $8, Mom. Well, I had money, but I didn't have any cash. And I always stop. I don't care. I don't care if they go buy a bottle of booze. I don't give a fuck. I go give them money. Because you know what? For one thing, I look at them, they have a lot of, you know, that takes a big person to go sit there and, you know, with a sign like that. Even if they're not even real, I don't care. It takes a big person to do that. To sit there and ask people for money, because I am afraid to ask people for money. When I do, nobody ever, I mean, hardly ever. Like I've been so poor that I couldn't even feed my daughter, and I've asked people that owed me money for money, and no, they didn't have it or whatever, but they were going on vacation the next day. I would never do that. But I mean, I've learned to really fill out people, because people try to take advantage of me and they use me and whatever else, and that person will have to live with their karma, not me. But anyways, my daughter had $8, so we turned around and went back and gave them the $8. You know, I'm teaching my daughter to be a kind person by doing that too, and that's what we need to do. We need to start with ourselves, and then we project it out into the world. And it does work, no matter what any of you say. And by the way, if you're one of those people that go to the grocery store and you're on your phone and you're standing in everybody's fucking way, and if somebody tries to get by you or says, excuse me, you know, I need to get in there, and you bite their head off, I swear to God, if it's around me, I'm gonna freak out. I had a lady do that to me, and it took everything I had not to just knock that bitch out. I thought, you know, how dare you? You're okay. Phones are ridiculous. People, you can live without your phone. You're gonna survive in a grocery store without your phone. Trust me, we did it for years. We did it for many years, not having phones. You kids too. People need to stop and think of other people. You know, an old lady standing there, and you're talking to your girlfriend about last night and Joe Blow, and oh my God, wasn't he cute? And this old lady standing there trying to get into the freezer to get some food, and you're so rude you won't move. You know, if you're on your phone, get the fuck out of the way. Go stand at the end of the aisle. Don't stand in the way, and then don't get pissed off when somebody asks you to move. Oh. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna go. Love you all. As I'm saying, be nice and be friendly, but aggravates. I get aggravated. And before, when I was younger, I would just blow up. I would be like, I would have probably hit her. I probably would have. And I I don't agree with that. I don't want to be that person, but oh my gosh, that happens to me all the time. And I'm short and like I'm trying to reach something and somebody gets mad at me because I'm standing up on the thing. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? Bring a step ladder into the grocery store? I'm like, if I could, I would, because it's embarrassing and whatever, but get over it.